It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. A dimension no one knows. Come share your last words. Play records backwards. Touch the planchette, consult a psychic, and don't forget your tinfoil hat. Please share.
It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. A dimension no one knows. Come share your last words. Play records backwards. Touch the planchette, consult the psychic, and don't forget your tinfoil hat. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. A dimension no one knows. Come share your last words. Play records backwards. Touch the planchette, consult the psychic, and don't forget your tinfoil hat.
There we go. Someone's here.
It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. A dimension no one knows. Come share your last words. Play records backwards.
Thank you, TJ.
Touch the planchette, consult the psychic, and don't forget your tinfoil hat.
Cool. All right. That was fun. Yay. I was trying to figure out how to do my sharing myself. I couldn't figure it out. All right. How you doing, TJ? Nice. Cool. All right. I'm just waiting for a few more people to show up, and then I got my list. I brought my clipboard this time. Like a real girl. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. It's Spooky Saturday. Yay! Where is everybody? What was I gonna do without these? Whatever. Is the music too loud if I'm going to be talking? Do you think this is going to be too loud? Since you're here and you can help. Yeah, much better. I'm not all COVID-y anymore. Very nice. Oh, let me get my proppy thing. I have one thing I have to show you guys.
It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got ghosts and UFOs. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday.
Alright, I don't want to show her too soon.
Dimension, no one
Haunted
knows.
doll.
Come share your last words. Play records backwards. Touch the planchette, consult the psychic, and don't forget your tinfoil hat. It's Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. She's got
Oh shoot. I'm so used to not having makeup.
Spooky Saturday with Marilyn Monday. A dimension no one knows. Come share your last words. Play records backwards. Touch the planchette, consult the psychic, and don't forget your tinfoil hat.
Well, I don't have too much time. Let's see. All right. Well, whatever. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There. Can you still hear that? Doesn't have to be loud. Just can you still hear it? Can you hear the music playing? Yeah, I don't even have Discord on this phone. Whatever. Whatever. Did you already give it a thumbs up as well? Oh, I see. Oh, Fantastique is live. Oh, whoops. Oh, good. Perfect. Thank you very much, TJ. Let's see. Hi, Poppy. How are you? All right. I don't know why I tried to share it. This phone isn't connected to anything. Let's see. All right, so please give a thumbs up if you guys are here. And let's see. Cool. All right. All right. So TJ, since you're here, Poppy, either of you, if you have any ghost stories, I want to hear them. Please let me know if you do. It would be awesome. And I'll read them and everything for everybody. I'm a pretty good storyteller, I like to think, so I should read them and do them justice for spookiness. This is Spooky Saturday. I used to do it all the time on an app called Bigo Live, and I haven't done it in a while. It's been just recorded videos that I edited, so it's nice to be live again. Not alive, just live. Because we're the undead here. I really like this song. I wrote this song and for an AI app, and then I got this from it, but it's a jam and I like it a lot. I really like how it turned out. So I'm going to be telling some of my ghost stories. I don't know, some of them you've heard on Bigo, some of them you haven't. Some of them are brand new and I haven't told anybody except my mom. So a lot of these you'll be hearing for the first time. If you have a favorite ghost story of mine that's true, that happened, please let me know and I'll tell that story as well. I wonder why Chris G and Midnight Rider aren't here. But we're not going to wait for them because I gave them plenty of notice. And it's in Discord. If you would like to join the Discord server, the link is on my Instagram, which is ashleyasmarilyn. Maybe I'll share it really quick. My people aren't really used to me being live on YouTube yet. Copy link. Oh, there he is. All right. I was just yelling at you on Discord. Cool. All right. I don't know where Midnight Rider is or what his excuse is, but he's the reason I put makeup on, and I get to wear this all night for my ghost tour, which I never do makeup for. So that'll be awkward for all of us. Oh, there's Midnight Rider. Hi. You're welcome. All right. Please hit the thumbs up. I was telling TJ and Poppy, I don't know if Poppy's still here. Probably not, because I think I sat here waiting for too long and she left and got bored. Thank you. I did this. All right. All right. So anyway, I was telling TJ that I have a bunch of new ghost stories that you guys have never heard, but that I would be happy to tell some of my older ones that happened if you guys want to hear the hits. But I wrote down as many ghost stories that I can remember. And I've remembered a few since then that I didn't write down just because I didn't have my clipboard. And so I forgot them. So I don't know. I'll remember them again next time. I did not get the Freddy mask that you had returned after putting your mouth all over it. Thank you. So one of these stories actually happened to Mike Dude. Which is a lot of fun. I know that the haunted doll, the haunted toy that was in Virginia happened to Mike Dude as well. But this one happened when I wasn't there. and he told me about it later. He also had, oh, he had two actually this time. He had the spirit box from the ghost tours in the back of his truck, and he was driving, and it's really hard to turn on. Actually, I can show you. It has a tiny little button. Sorry, I had to stop and say hi to the bunny rabbit because I love her. All right. So the spirit box, it's just like a radio, basically, with an antenna. But the on button is that little red one, and you have to slide it over there. So it's kind of hard to do. And oh, yay! Thank you. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of this one because I couldn't last time. Let's see. Oh, I think I did. I have no idea what it looks like because my hand was across the phone. It's just a screenshot of the palm of my hand. Awesome. Anyway, so this thing was in the back seat of the truck. He was driving by himself, and it turned itself on just randomly. And it didn't say anything. It was just static. But it didn't say anything all the way until he found it and pulled over, found it, turned it off again. No words, not one. Super weird. Especially this one. I feel like it's chatty. I know there's a lot of different spirit boxes you can get out there. And the ones that I've seen on other YouTube channels sound really lame. This one does seem to talk a lot. I think there's a space. Somebody said they don't believe these types because there's a space for like a SD card right here where my fingernail is going in there, but I didn't even know that was there until he said that. I was like, oh. But I don't have any SD cards to spare. I've never done that. I need all mine for all of my many phones. They're all functioning. Yay! Thank you so much. That's amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Yay! This is way better than Bigo. Because it makes sense and no one has to do math. There's no math allowed on Marilyn Monday. It upsets me. So thank you so much. Thank you, TJ. I've noticed YouTube is a lot like Bigo. There's communities and things, and they all support each other. It's been really neat to discover this part of YouTube after 7 years of doing it. But they also, some of them have little things that they do. Obviously, I'm not good at any of the editing and stuff. Even after all this time, I like purposely didn't try to learn it because I always thought someone else would do it for me. They don't. But they have like little clips they'll play by request from people. And it's like, I don't know how to do that. Everything is better than me. Yay! Thank you. People have asked me if I'd go back to Bigo, and I'm like, no. I did download it again, and I was able to sign in on my old cracked screen phone. But yeah, I wasn't. It's too much. It takes all the time in the world, and I'd much rather be on YouTube. And the creators on YouTube actually have to create content, whereas Bigo, they did not. So I'm able to be a part of a community, or at least watch a community that I actually really enjoy their content, and they all are creative and have something to offer individually, instead of just like having to do a PK with whatever theme they're told to do at a certain time that they're told to do it. It's just so much better to have people be themselves and do what actually interests them instead of just being told. Our days. it did bring us all together. So thank you, Bigo, for that. I get ads for it all the time on YouTube now. They're like, look, this is Bigo in Shanghai. This is Bigo in Dubai. This is Bigo in this place. Look at all our big award ceremonies. And I'm like, COVID, 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 COVID. I'm not going to go get COVID with you. I don't care if it's a dinosaur. I never got one. Forget it. So that was Mike Dude's first story. I wish he wanted to tell you himself, but he doesn't. He just doesn't. So I have a video that I was going to put together, but I think I'm just going to tell you guys what happened, where I had him walk me through what happened, but he didn't want to be on camera, so it's not the most interesting. So we were alone he was alone at a thrift store, and he volunteers sometimes to help this like local charity, and so they have him at this thrift store sometimes. We used to be the managers, honestly, but anyway, so he was there all by himself, and I had found the previous day or so, I had found a little doll, like a little cloth antique doll that was in the store. Someone had put it on a shelf in the store, and it was so, I want to say offensive. It was really not something that should be like, I don't know. It should be in a museum, like a cultural history museum about like, look what people used to do, but I don't know. But it was in the store, and I thought, I don't know about that. And so I thought it's gonna make somebody upset to see this in the store. And I told the owner, and she's like, no, it's cute. And I'm like, no, I mean, yeah, but okay, it has its own little charm, I guess. But I took it and I put it in the back, and I didn't want anyone else to come in and work at the store, see it back there and think, oh, I'm going to put this out, and then put it out. So I hid this doll. I took this tiny doll and I hid it. I put it behind a working plugged in freezer, and I put 2 suitcases on top of it, and then a bunch of little things in front of that, so that it would be difficult to get to, and that nobody would probably even mess with it because it looked kind of like a mess back there. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to make it look like there's a huge pile of stuff and no one's going to even see this doll back there. A day or two goes by, and Mike Dude is working by himself. He's in there, and he doesn't know where this doll went. He didn't know where I put it. So he had no idea where it was. He just knew that he had seen it before, and then I told him I moved it, and he was like, whatever. So he went out to take something to his truck. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter of the store, and the doll was on top of his phone. He was only gone for a minute, and this doll somehow went from hidden in the back, buried under stuff, hi bunny, hi baby, to out in the front of the store on top of his phone. Anyway, so it's a very, I don't want to say offensive, but it is kind of, come here bunny, come be on TV. If you saw it, you might say it was offensive. I'm actually kind of nervous to show it on my stream to you guys in case somebody is upset by it and wants to get my channel taken down. But it is historically an object that was made who knows when, and it's a ghost story that really happened, because how did it, he didn't know where it was. He didn't know it was buried. And within moments of him going outside and coming back in, it's like a 15-foot walk and back. There it was. So, thank you so much. I have not seen Tales from the Hood. Yay, thank you so much. I wish I had like a song to sing. Or like a thing I could do for Super Chat. Super Chat. Super Chat from Midnight Rider. Do you still want me to call you that? Or should I call you your name? Your YouTube name? I don't know. That's weird to call you Midnight Rider still. But you're still my Midnight Rider. And I don't think the bunny likes to come up here, and this is her cushion that she likes to sit on, so I thought she'd come up here. But it doesn't look like she's gonna do that. All right, so would you guys like to see the haunted doll? Is it worth the risk of getting demonetized on YouTube for having something offensive on my channel or something? But it really happened, so I don't know. Either, okay, cool. So I can call you whatever I want to call you. You should hear the things I call you. No, I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. It was too easy. You lined it right up and I knocked it down. I'm having coffee because I have a tour tonight. I gotta get my energy up. You'd be scared of the doll? Oh, wait till you see her. She is not, I mean, for the Annabelle movies, the real, I say that with a heap of salt. The real Annabelle doll was a Raggedy Ann doll that they just decided to tell people it was haunted. All right, I'll do it. But then for the movies, they got the scariest looking, like angry, like creepy clown smiling doll that they could make. And it didn't even work with the script they had because people were like, oh, I had one of these when I was a little girl. I loved her. Really? You loved this? You loved that? Really? Was that, oh, everyone used to have one of those. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. See, me too, TJ. Bunny, bunny. Come here. Come here. Come on, bunny. Or not, that's fine. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. That's fine. All right, so I'll show you guys the doll. I'm going to show her to you. Get ready, because she's real creepy. I do. Only with Mike Dude. He's the one that has the toys that come to life and frighten us. 1, 2, 3. I'm Tiffany. All right. Nobody report this video for offensive things because this is a real actual haunted doll that actually scared Mike Dude really bad. Mike Dude, were you scared? He can't hear us. All right. He's got headphones on. Here we go. Are you ready? This is an actual doll from a thrift store, a charity thrift store, who moved herself from behind underneath a pile of stuff to be sitting on Mike Dude's phone after he left the room for 2 seconds. And no, there wasn't a security camera there at the time. But oh, that would have been great. I would love to know how she got there because it doesn't make any sense. Here she is. That's her. That's her. So this doll showed up by on his phone with its hand on his phone. And I was like, do you see now why I took it out of the store though? Because I thought I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I was like, oh, I don't want to upset anybody. And then she was like, actually, here I am. Anyway, so I brought her here to show to you, but she has, thank you, but she has been in the storage room for a while since then, because I didn't know what to do with her. And since she has been here, she hasn't moved. She hasn't gone. She stayed right where I put her. Totally fine. I don't know. If you guys want to name her, feel free to come up with a name for her. Her hair is navy blue. And she'll be our Annabelle, I guess. Although she hasn't hurt anybody. She's just wanted to not be hidden away, I guess. Oh, is it really? I'll look it up. Tales from the Hood. I'll look it up. Right? There is a charm to her. And I feel like if I was a little girl, I might really like it. But yeah, we'll have to come up with a name for her. She's not harmful. I mean, culturally, she's harmful, I guess, maybe. But you guys let me know what you think of her. Let me know if you think she's offensive. Let me know if you think that she... I don't think she's dangerous. She just was like, hey, don't hide me underneath a bunch of luggage. I don't want to be back there under a pile of stuff hidden away. Probably, Chris G. Probably. She's the new Annabelle, so we have to give her like a little girl's name or something with her little red dress. Anyway, so that's the haunted doll that I brought with me to show you guys. Nobody wants to do it. Well, I'll leave this video up, and then if anybody comes up with anything, if anybody watches the video and then comes up with anything, we'll know. We'll go with that. It doesn't have to be today. I'll keep you guys posted on the Discord server if we get a name, if we get a good name for her. You thought it was bigger. I know, yeah. Nope, she's just this little fleshy doll that showed up. I can't, yeah. I didn't want to leave her in the store because I didn't want customers to come in and be like, what the heck is that? Oh, that's cute. I mean, she is a powerful little doll. She is. The room that I hid her in was at the end of a hallway that has two 90-degree turns. So like she was here in the back of a freezer with stuff on top of her. And then the hallway goes out and then this way and then this way into the store. And then Mike Dude's phone was through that room into the next room and another 90-degree turn this way to get to where she ended up. So this girl traveled. I don't know how she did it. He was like, where was she? And I said, oh, I put her in the back, like way in the back, and nobody was there since then. So I don't know. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that one. The confusing to Chris G Discord server. You'll get it. You'll get the hang of it. You're not. What's the matter, man? Don't worry about it. No, you'll get the hang of it. I had to join Discord for Bigo, and then I left shortly after because I was like, this is too much. And then I joined for my new job as a ghost tour guide. Ah! Thank you. No, because the bunny could not have moved this doll because the bunny is a floor-bound creature, and the doll was up on top of that freezer behind stuff. So the bunny would have had to be able to move all that stuff and fly, I guess. But she jumps maybe this high, and that thing was way past that. How you doing, bunny? So skinny. All right. Thank you so much. But yeah, it was like, it's like a waist-high freezer, and then she was in the back of it with the luggage in front of it and stuff. And then she would have had to go all the way through the whole building out to the front and then up onto a counter that's like this high when you're standing up. So there's no way. The bunny, there's no way. I don't know. She's the only other creature that was there, though. So that's, I mean, I hadn't even thought about it. The bunny could go this far. Super bunny. Oh, I didn't do the song. You need a bunny mug like Kitty. Bunny. Oh my God, there's people screaming outside right now, and I don't know why. It's really frightening. They sound like they're being murdered. It sounds like a haunted house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to figure out, do you want a song? Do you want, like maybe I can queue up a clip from one of the old videos. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I was watching them and re-editing to make the theme song videos. I was trying to go through all my old Cooking with Marilyn videos to make the theme song one, and then I looked through all my Spooky Saturday videos to make the Spooky Saturday theme song. So I was looking for clips that I could play for like super chats, but I don't know how to do that unless I play it on the computer and then like turn the phone and be like, here you go. I think everyone who's the actual good YouTuber, I think they have like a webcam and they are able to share their screens and stuff. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't. Oh shoot, I was supposed to be playing my theme song in the background of this whole time, but oh well, I forgot. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got both of Mike Dude's stories. Oh yeah, I think I can make emojis for Discord too. So I want to make like a bunny and like a Marilyn one. I don't know. You'll have to send me your ideas for what you think would be a good emoji, or what would be a good clip, or what would be a good thing. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, Super Chat Midnight Rider. Kitty does need an emoji. Oh, buddy. We all miss Kitty. What a good buddy, little guy. Oh, I thought you'd be able to see it, but this is a Breaking Bad mug full of blue meth rock candy from the lady who made the blue meth rock candy for Breaking Bad. That's just something fun to have. All right. So let's see. We've got Mike Dude's stories down. Okay, so Drawing Bear. I just scribbled that one up there. So when I was younger, turn that down a little bit. So when I was younger, I had inherited, because we were broke, so I inherited a lot of really fancy stuff and nice clothes from my cousin who had more. And I got this stuffed teddy bear that you could not hug. It was like hugging a brick. It was the solidest thing. And this teddy bear would sit at a desk, a red plastic desk, and you could slide paper into like a clip and put a pencil or a crayon or a colored pencil or a marker in his hand, and you could hit play on like a tape deck in his back, and he would talk to you and tell you what he was drawing, and he would draw a picture. I don't know why I'm doing this with this hand. I don't know where to put it. Anyway, but he would draw a picture, and then you could switch out the paper and put a new one in and have him draw something else. I don't remember too much more about what he did or what his name was, but one night, I always put a clean piece of paper under him so he'd be ready for the next time I wanted to use it. And then I went to bed one night, and when I woke up in the morning, I hadn't heard anything, and I've always been a very light sleeper. But when I woke up in the morning, there was a complete drawing on his table, and it didn't even look like he did it. Like it wasn't all etch-a-sketch mechanical looking. It looked like a nice drawing. I don't remember what it was because I was a kid, but I do remember freaking out that he had drawn a picture while I was asleep quietly that he'd never drawn before, and I was like, ah! And I got rid of him. I was like, I don't want him. I don't want it anymore. So, as if you're gonna try to debunk it, I would say maybe my dad drew it or my mom, because they were tired of hearing this bear all the time. And so they slid that in there while I was asleep, maybe. And I was like, it's haunted. Get it out of here. And they were like, oh, thank God. Let's get rid of this bear. I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. I'll have to ask them. It'd be nice if they were here so I could ask them that. If you guys have any ghost stories, type them up. Type them up in the chat and I'll read them. I'll try to do them justice when I tell your stories. Or if you want to tell it yourself, you can film yourself telling your story and send it to our Discord server on Marilyn Monday. And if anybody has the link for the Discord server, you can drop it in the chat too. But I don't know how to do that. But while I'm doing this, but yeah, you can send me the video on Discord, and I'll maybe use it and make a compilation on a future Spooky Saturday video. Could be really fun. It is way too much to type. Oh, do you have one? Have you had a ghost encounter? Have you? I want to hear it so bad. I can't bring you up like I used to on Bigo. I don't know how to do that either. Really? Is this recent? You don't have to tell me now if you don't want to, but is this something that just happened, or is this something you just haven't told me in all the years that I've known you? I will say that, oh wow, how come I haven't heard this yet? Did you ever tell this story on Bigo? The place with the bear was the house I grew up in. It was a mile away from a mission that's notoriously haunted, but it was a very small town. The sign said population 1,123. Oh, okay. Well, if you want, hi! Hey, Tyler's World! If you want, yeah, you can film yourself telling the story, or you can film something else with your voice and just tell the story. It's totally up to you. And then if it's okay that I use it in the future. I am. I know it takes a while to type though, so I want to keep everybody engaged while you guys are typing. So the house that I grew up in is there was 13 break-ins in the 13 years that we lived there. Now I'm wondering if they were on the same day every time, but they were always, no, they weren't always in the middle of the day either. Sometimes they were late at night. And I was just talking to my brother the other day. Paranormal Post, hello! Welcome. And he was telling me stories he remembered. And some of them were the same as the ones I remembered. It's just really cool. Yay! Welcome. We're telling ghost stories today. If you have a ghost story, feel free to type it up, or you can record yourself telling your ghost story that happened to you personally, and you can put it in the Marilyn Monday Discord. The link to that is on my Instagram. Sorry to send you guys all over the place, but I'm not good at YouTube. But my Instagram is ashleyasmarilyn. Thank you, everybody. Hello. So this house was crazy. There was always something happening, and if you hear chips crunching, that's Mike, dude. Welcome, Tyler's World. Everybody is. I don't go live that often. At least I haven't been in the time that I've been on YouTube. So I'm going to start doing that hopefully twice a week. But poor Mike dude was born without lips. I'm just kidding. So one of the scariest time for me that I remember is a man walked through my bedroom in the middle of the night. And I was so scared, I thought for sure he could hear my heartbeat pounding. And when I talked to my brother the other day, he said he remembered being in that old room, because we switched bedrooms at one point because he was older. And he remembers a man coming in from the house, like from the hallway, through his bedroom door and looking right at him. And he said the guy had huge eyes, and he said they were dark, and he stared right at him. He didn't say what happened after that or where the guy went, but he said he'll never forget his face. Let's see. Funny enough, I do that too. I narrate paranormal experiences that happen to others, and I have one live premiere tonight of a new scary story. It's also called Spooky Saturday, hence why I joined. Oh! Paranormal post, that is cool. So I used to do this on an app called Bigo Live before COVID. It feels like a lifetime ago. I used to bring people up on the screen and they would tell we would have a theme for the night. So it was either ghost stories, or it was UFO stories, or it was, we did conspiracy theories. We did last words of death row inmates and their last meals. We did all kinds of stuff. We just did all kinds of stuff. So we had a different theme all the time, but ghosts was the most popular one. And I've got stories for days, obviously. I've been trying to write down all of my stories. I've shared a bunch of them on my channel here on YouTube so far, but there's so many, and I keep having new ones, so it's like I'll never catch up with it. So there's always going to be more for me to tell, and so it's always going to be something that comes up. I'm so glad to know that you're out there, because I think we're all interested in that. Like this, all of us that are here right now will definitely check out your channel. 211. Oh, Tyler's World, man. I've been on YouTube for 7 years, 7.5 years. So keep on trucking. I used to be every Monday, and then that got to be a lot, so it was every other Monday, and I never saw any progress or growth. So I switched to just twice a month, just whenever I could, and it's been like that for a while, where it was at least twice a month for a long time, and then now I have time and I am able to do this a little bit more consistently. So hopefully we'll be doing 2 lives a week, plus Marilyn Monday video and Spooky Saturday video as well. So Mondays and Saturdays I'm going to be going live with a video as well. Is it 4 a.m. where you are right now, Tyler? Yeah, so we can still do those kind of things. Midnight Rider, we can still do like big events, like maybe the Super Bowl or big debates or things like that, election day or something. We just can't show the actual screen because then it'll get taken down. But let's see. Go around and meet other narrators and help them narrate for their channels. Oh, cool. Yeah, so for me, it's just about getting other people to tell their stories and creating a safe space here where people can tell their stories the way they experience them without worrying that they're going to get made fun of or insulted or yelled at or whatever, because sometimes there's a lot of places you can't talk about ghost stories because people don't believe, and then if they don't believe, then how could you ever? The audacity, right? So this is a safe space. I'm now at 212. What? I make sure my community is positive and open-minded too. Yes, that's super important. Otherwise, it's the same as bringing a skeptic on a paranormal investigation to me. If you have somebody that's going to be super negative and kind of crapping on everything all the time, it makes everybody else less comfortable to posit theories about what's going on, because they're all afraid that somebody in the room is going to be like, no, nuh-uh, you're wrong, and it's like, it really depends on the person, I guess, but everywhere that you go is as fun as the people you go there with. So if you bring somebody with you who's going to be super negative the whole time, then you're not going to have as much fun. And why do it? Why even do it? Let's just go to Denny's. I don't know. Thank you very much, Paranormal Post. If you want, you can drop a link to your channel and then people can subscribe to you. I bet you roast those people. Oh, the people on my tours that are skeptical, when I do ghost tours, which I've only started doing recently, like this year, and I've never done that kind of tour before. And I've never used tools before for any of my ghost stories. None of these are like, oh, and then the dowsing rod said yes. Like none of these have, it's not like, oh, and the spirit box. I don't even write those down. I'll film them just for the scientific theory, try the same things over and over and see if you get consistent results. So if we know they're going to say this when some stranger is using them, not me, somebody else, a different person every time who's never been there before, who has no idea who we're talking to. If the dowsing rods give the same answers, like when the same person comes forward, if they answer the same questions the same way every time, no matter who's doing it and what they know and don't know, then there's something to it for me. And so having tour groups come out, you can always get a different person who's never been there, who's never taken the tour, who doesn't know who these people are. And you can ask questions that you might want to know the answers to, that they don't even know why you're asking or who you're asking about. They don't know any of the people involved in these real people's stories. So it's a really cool way to be objective, because they're controlling it. They're the ones doing it. They don't know what, like placebo, they don't know what to expect. They don't know what answer you're hoping to get. They don't know what answer has been given before. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. So I'll film it, but I never consider those like ghost stories. You turned 12 3 days ago. Happy birthday, Tyler. Were you scared of the doll, Mike, dude?
That is my friend.
She's your friend? All right. They have seen the doll.
I don't like. She's special.
She's special. She is. I don't want to get demonetized for showing her, but she is special. You're welcome. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so this house that I grew up in, my brother saw the guy with the big dark eyes staring at him. But when we were very, very little, when I was born to when I was 2, we lived in this house in Torrance, in California, and my brother went under the house. This is, again, not one of my stories. Most of the stories I've told today are not mine. They're the people around me, just because you haven't heard them yet. Oh, by the way, this is Skinny Steve. Hi. All right. So my brother went under the house in this crawl space that was underneath the house, where there was like probably raccoons and stuff. He came out. He was so scared. He was 3 years older than me, so he was 5 or younger. And he told our parents that he saw the Guido monster. We'll be here, Tyler. So he saw the Guido monster, and they were like, what does that mean? No one's ever heard of that. None of us knew what he was talking about. Obviously, I was an infant, so I didn't care. But my dad, for you guys that don't know, he's a paleontologist. He always has been. And he's studied archaeology and I don't know what the other things are called. Anyway, human history. There's a word for it. I can't think of it right now. I still have COVID fog. I can't remember. Hardly. I leave the milk out. It's really bad. But it starts with a P, I want to say. Somebody will know. Anyway, so it was probably 8 years later, I want to say, where my dad was watching the History Channel in the middle of the night, because that's what he did. And then he came and woke us up and said, wait a second. They're talking about the Guido monster. Apparently Guido, well, paleontology, yes, but there's the human history. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, so somebody in some culture called the devil Guido. I can't remember what it is now. I shouldn't do anything until I get my brain back from COVID, but he saw a program about Guido, and he thinks that house was a vortex where the Guido monster tried to get my brother. Maybe he did. That would explain a lot, but I was just kidding. He's not gonna watch this. He doesn't watch my stuff. But let's see. I'm hoping it comes up. Oh, I thought Skinny Steve showed the middle finger all this time. Oh God, he's so much more polite than that, Teach. He says hi. Thank you, Paranormal Poet. Oh, it's Poet. I was saying Post earlier. Thank you, Poet. Thank you so much. Yes. Hopefully we'll all subscribe to your channel and we'll check you out, and it'll be really interesting, and we can grow our little communities. Yay. Nice to meet you. And if you ever want to go live together sometime, I don't know how to do it, but if you do, I'd be happy to be there. Welcome back, Tyler. All right, cool. So I don't know. My brother was way too little to try to get clout by making up Guido, but whatever. We'll see what happens. That house was super haunted. You could feel it in the air. Every room, somebody died. At least one person. Yes? Oh, I'm going to need that. But all right. So in one room, my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather both died. In another room, my grandmother died. And in the last bedroom, my aunt died. There was so much weird energy in that house. It was pretty quiet, pretty safe feeling, generally speaking, even though outside was a war zone. But my aunt was the third one to die. And when she died, and I don't know about before that, when she died, I went straight to the house, and it's like she took everybody with her. All the energy that had been so heavy and so thick in that house after my aunt died, it's like she looked around and said, why are you guys hanging out here? Let's get out of here. And she just crossed everybody over with her and said, let's go into the light. And then it was like walking into tap water. There was nothing left. And my grandma, you could tell she could sense it. And she had just lost her daughter. And she was just all by herself in that house. And I ended up moving in at one point, and then she passed away very shortly after her daughter died, because that tends to be what happens. I need to remember what's very important. Skinny Steve's middle finger. Thank you, Paranormal Poet. I would, but I have to do a ghost story tonight, or a ghost tour. So I had to do my live a little early, like during the daylight, because I have to leave and give people a ghost tour tonight. So I will still be out there doing that when you are live. And then I'll have to drive home and do my like recap paperwork and stuff. But I'll try to catch you if you're still on when I'm all done with all my spooky stuff. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Really famous person from Torrance, California. I don't know. I know Jack Torrance from The Shining. The house, yes, the house is still standing. After my grandma died, I think I went back once, and it just felt empty. So she didn't stick around either. And they sold the house almost right away, and then they painted it this hideous avocado green, whoever bought it. Ugh. And they took all the trees out. There was an ash tree, a fig tree, a pine tree, and a bunch of like spruces, and they took everything out. It's so boring and ugly now. Bye, Tyler. Thank you. Happy belated birthday. But yeah, that house was super weird. There was a toilet that would just flush all the time by itself. I guess not all the time. Well, yeah, it was enough. It was often enough that everybody was like, oh, there it goes again. I don't know. I know toilets run. Like I've heard toilets just running, but I didn't. They would flush, and you would think somebody was in there, and no one would ever come out, and then you'd be like, hello? Nobody's there. Okay. That's cool. All right. No big deal. Totally fine. Not terrified at all. All right, what time is it? 6:30? Okay, I have maybe 15 more minutes that I can hang out with you guys. We barely even, I think I've only told toilets flushing, keto monster. Oh, okay. So after my grandma died, I was hoping she was going to be okay, because when she went out, she got a Native American ceremony with sage and everything to help her not get stuck in that house. And oh, it's one of those automatic this house is so old. It definitely didn't have one of those, but that would freak me out too. And I think that is just as valuable as the REM pods, all motion detectors that paranormal investigators use on YouTube. It's the same technology as your motion sensor toilet flushers. Okay, it's the same thing. So that is just as valid as any Sam and Colby nonsense. Okay, so I'm not going to discount that. So after my grandma died, I was wondering if she was going to be okay. I was hoping she wasn't going to get stuck in that awful house all by herself, now that my aunt had taken everybody else out. And she came to me in a dream. And I know that dreams are dreams, I know, but some are different than others. And this one, it felt like it was her. And she came to me as a light that came from the sky. I was outside, it was dark at night in my dream, and this light came down, formed her face, and then her body was standing in front of me, and she was little. She was like a dainty little lady. And I hugged her and I started crying. And I said, are you okay? Are you happy? And she didn't say anything, but I knew that she was saying yes. And then she backed away from me, or I had to let go of her. And then her face started to rise up and brighten. And then I noticed her body was gone. And then her face turned back into a light and went up to the moon, or like into the sky. And I woke up feeling very much better about it. So I feel like she was telling me, I'm fine. Everything's good. We're good. Everybody's good. Thank you. I want to hear about your warehouse stories too. If you have any other things that happened there. So if you tell me about your grandmother 40 years ago, and then you tell me about your warehouse stories, I want them. You can send them to me in a message on Discord, or you can just post them in paranormal, whatever it's called, ghostly evidence, or whatever I called it. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I do want to say, after my aunt died in that house, and I went straight there, I stayed for the funeral and everything was over. My dad, I made sure he was okay, everybody's good, and then I had to go back to work at Disneyland. And hey, the messages show up here first, and then they come here. Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing those. Plus, I haven't heard your voice in ages. So I went home. I was exhausted. It was a pretty long drive from Torrance back down to Anaheim. And I went into my studio apartment. I closed and locked the door. I sat down on the bed with my feet on the floor, and then I just laid back. And I fell asleep so fast. I was exhausted. It was very draining. The whole thing was so much drama and everything. Anytime someone dies, everybody reveals themselves, and you go, oh, cool. So I fell asleep, and I was completely asleep. And this isn't another dream story. I hadn't been home for days. Everything in my whole apartment was off. I turned the light on when I came in, but that was it. Closed and locked the door. Sat down on the bed, laid back, fell asleep immediately with my feet still on the floor with my shoes on and everything. I just crashed out. I woke up, I don't know how, it must have been like half an hour later. I think I remember that in 2000, whenever. And I woke up because my computer had turned itself on, like the desktop tower computer had turned itself on, had opened up my music player, and had turned the volume all the way up, which I never did because I shared walls with my neighbors and I always had it really low. And it started blasting a song called Goodbye by Oingo Boingo. And I was like, ugh! It was so loud, and it's such a loud beginning to that song that it woke me up quickly, and I jumped into the air. I ran over to the computer and I turned it down, and then I was like, oh, my aunt was saying goodbye to me. It was really interesting, but it's a great song if you guys want to look it up. It's Oingo Boingo, so of course it's good, but it was called Goodbye, and he says goodbye a lot in the song. It was really cool. Let's see. Oh, and then I get messages, like I was saying at Midsummer Scream, you guys were there. I'm going to post that eventually once I figure out how to do it. I tried to edit out all the boring parts of the live streams from Midsummer Scream, and then I made it into one video, but it won't post it as a portrait mode, which is how we did the live stream, like this right now. And when I tried to make it a video that's concise, it's still the little portrait in a widescreen. I don't know. I got to figure that out. But you guys have heard the stories about me getting messages for people on ghost tours. Thank you. Thank you, TJ. I think I do have good taste in music. But yeah, that song Waking Me Up was insane. Ghost stories from when I worked at Disney. Yes, I do. Oh, did I even write any of those down? No, I didn't. I don't have a pen. All right, I'll have to write those down too. So far, we've told these. Just these. And I'm out of time. I have like 9 minutes left before I have to get ready to go. But the last one from this topic, at least, that I can tell is I get messages on my ghost tours a lot. I get smells mostly, or visual images, like memories that aren't mine, that don't belong to me, that I don't recognize, that I know is somebody in the group's memory. Or sometimes it's I feel like it's not someone in the group's memory, because usually I can see them in the visual image that I get. So I know it's their message because I can see them in what I'm picturing here. So anyway, so this one time I was on a tour and I was overwhelmed with the smell that I recognized. So for my association with it, I knew that it smelled like the glue, like wallpaper glue or something that was used when I was really little. My grandma made me a dollhouse and she used this glue, so it had this really distinct smell to it, and the wood that she used, like balsa wood or something, and so I smelled it and I thought, oh, so the message for my association must be that somebody here was gifted a dollhouse when they were little that somebody made for them. And then I was looking around trying to figure out who's attached to it. I walked around to everybody and I couldn't smell it around them. And then when I get off by myself, I could smell it. And so I'd go to a different spot by myself, I could smell it over there too. And I'd go to a different spot by myself, I could smell it over there too. And then I'd go around people and I couldn't smell it. And I was like, I can't figure out who this is coming off of. It took me the whole rest of the tour to figure out. This is my dollhouse. I was smelling my dollhouse. The message was for me. I never think that it's for me. But I think that my grandma used to love this town, and she used to want to come here every Mother's Day. And there she was, letting me smell the dollhouse she made for me. And I didn't even think it was for me. I just assumed it was for somebody else. So I don't know. But I couldn't believe it. Like, myself was like the last thought that I had. Because why would I be getting a message? I'm just the tour guide or whatever. Anyway, so I think I'm out of time. But like I have to leave soon. So I have to get ready, and I have to get my can of Red Bull, because that's what keeps me alive. And I have to clean out some of the bunny stuff before I go. So I do have to go. But thank you guys so much for coming. And I want to do this every Saturday. And if you guys give me videos, I will play them. I'll make them and I'll play them, or I'll post them for Spooky Saturdays in the future. And it'll be lots of fun. And I'll probably do makeup and costumes and narrations and stuff. And it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm really excited, actually, to get started. This is the first time in 7 years that YouTube has given me any hope of actually being able to be like a real channel. It's always just been something I did because I enjoyed it. Oh, thank you! Super chat from Midnight Rider. Maybe everybody gets their own. Super chat TJ. From earlier, I don't know. I'll come up with something. TJ. I don't know. But thank you guys. I really look forward to doing this more often. I'll let you guys see the bunny before I go. And then, yeah, let's keep doing this. Because I enjoy this, and it's really nice to talk to you guys. And it's hopefully we'll get to see some like faces from Vigo, some faces from the past, and reestablish our connections and make sure everybody's got somebody to talk to. And any time of night on Discord, there's going to be somebody there. So we all have different schedules. We're all in different time zones. So hopefully there's always somebody around if any of us ever need to talk or just are bored and just by ourselves and want something to do. Because that seems to be what I use YouTube for lately. All right, so let's see the bunny, yeah? Let me see if I can flip it. There she is. Bunny, what you doing? Hi. Boop. Bunny Boop, I love you. There she is. You're welcome. She's adorable. You're my bunny. I love you. I love your little fluffy hairdo. Oh my God, I love her so much. I love you so much. You're my bunny. All right. There you go. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. She's very like 80s David Bowie. So good to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Super Chat is even a thing. It's way better than dragons, I'll tell you that much. That's so much better than dragons. There's no math involved. And it's like an actual, it feels like real life, whereas Bigo felt very like filtered and so this is my channel where I'm me, and you guys can come and be you, and I'll make fun of you, but I'll make fun of me too. So thank you guys so much. Say bye, Steve. Oh, this is Kitty's painting. There's Kitty's paws right there, by the way. You guys were there when I did that. All right. I'll see you guys Marilyn Monday. I have a video scheduled already. I have Spooky Saturday videos coming out every Saturday into September. I'm going to try to figure out how to share the midnight Midsummer Scream in a portrait mode like this, and then we'll all hang out together. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this because I missed you guys. Yay! All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you Monday. See you in a couple days. How do I get out of here? All right. Thank you guys so much.